This happened at an old job I used to work at. I used to work at a computer shop fixing all sorts of things, but most of all broken phone screens. Here's the context. M left her 8-year-old son's phone at the store to have the screen replaced. She had an obscure Samsung phone, and getting the screen would not have been worth doing, and we would need to order the screen from China. We also explained we wouldn't warranty the repair because only one place would sell the screen and it wasn't reputable. She insisted on getting it fixed, claiming her phone contract would force her to buy another one anyway. We ordered the screen. She left the phone, and we told her it could take up to 30 days and she left. After about 5 days she started calling. The first call she was polite, and I explained it could take a while. She was still polite. 2 days later she calls, I tell her the same thing, and add we would call her. When it came in, she freaked out yelling, I'm paying a phone bill, you better pay me back. I paid good money from you people to get my son's phone fixed professionally. First of all, she paid us a $29 drop-off fee. The whole repair was going to be $300, the screen costing $250. So we are only making $50 labor off this repair, and she hasn't even paid us all of that yet. We are a local store, so I can kinda say stuff off the cuffs, and I said we can't control the mail, so you can wait or pick your phone up. She said she'll wait and hung up. Apparently she called several other times, but got my co-workers instead, and tried to pull the same stuff. So the screen comes in, my boss fixes it, she comes in, and picks it up. I wasn't there for the pickup, but what happens next is priceless. She comes back not yelling but clearly aggravated. The phone screen won't light up, equals her son must have dropped it again. She demands a refund, and I say we can see if the vendor will take the screen back or send another, but we said we wouldn't warranty this repair. She actually got excited and said see if they'll send another. I said fine, and she left the phone. Returns to China are hard and don't usually happen. We contact the company and they open a claim. All we can do is wait. I contact them, tell her it could take a while, and luckily she was busy and just said that's fine. She starts calling every day asking if the new screen is in. I explain everything about the claim every time. She shows up a week later. She's yelling at me about her phone bill and how she's been paying it for no reason, and that we said it would be done in a day, and how we need to pay her for every day she waited. She then says this, which I'll never forget. My son is 8 and has left alone at home after school for an hour every day. How am I going to know he's still alive if he doesn't have his phone? I can't help but smirk. Kids must have just dropped dead back then, I kept thinking. Anyway, she left and we refunded the $50 labor and never heard from her again. I used to live in a Midwestern Waltopia. I hated it. Everything there was cookie cutter and the same in every single town. Alas, I was stuck with Wally World. I was browsing through some items near the entrance when I first spotted M. She had a 2 to 3-year-old daughter with wild unkempt hair and mystery stains galore on her clothes. M grabbed a box of Pop-Tarts and tossed them at her hellspawn. The tiny beast tore through the packaging and started eating both Pop-Tarts and the wrapper. She tore through the entire box. There were crumbs and packaging falling straight through the cart and onto the floor. M didn't notice. She was looking at the diet pill section on the edge of the pharmacy area. When she moved the shopping cart, there was a literal pile of refuse on the floor. I was admittedly watching for about 2 minutes because I had never seen anything like this. I moved on though. I had things to buy, and I'm not a creeper, after all. The next time I saw M was when I had finished picking out all of my items and was headed to the register. This store had the clothing section right near the registers. M was browsing through blouses, crotch goblin nowhere in sight. I stopped and looked around to see if I could see or hear the beast child. Nope. That was strange. I was about to get into line to pay for my items when I saw not one, but 2 Wally World associates struggling to bring the hellspawn to its rightful caretaker. M looked like she was trying to ignore the store workers, and her demon child was struggling to get away. Worker 1: Mom, is this your child? M: yes, she's fine. Worker 1: Mom, she was running around in the changing section through all of the changing rooms and disturbing other customers. You need to keep your child from doing that. M: she's fine. I'm almost done shopping anyway. Can you just keep an eye on her for maybe 10 minutes while I try a few things on? Worker 1: no, Mom. You are responsible for your child while you are in our store. If you refuse to watch her, we will have to ask you to leave. It is for the safety of your child and we have to account for the liability. I have never seen a Wally World worker this calm or committed. Worker 2 was silent the whole time. I'm a single mom and I have to pick out clothes for a job interview. Why can't you just watch her for a few minutes? She is a child. It isn't like she will hurt you. You don't know what it is like to have kids and have to deal with all kinds of crap. Just help me out. Worker 1 mom, I'm calling security right now if you keep refusing to watch your child. This is all according to our store policy for legal purposes. Fine. I'm leaving. See what you've done? She screeched and picked up her handbag out of the half-full shopping cart, grabbed her demon child by the arm, and dragged her right through the open self-checkout area and through the exit. I walked over to the 2 workers and let them know that I saw her kid eat all the Pop-Tarts and she didn't pay for them. The workers didn't even care. Worker 1 was actually training right then and said that it happens all the time. What? Are we animals? Sorry, no revenge on this one. Just a sad reality. Okay, this happened today. Sorry, I'm on mobile blah blah blah. Me. 14 M. Entitled Mom K. M's kid. Okay, a little explanation. As a part-time job as a 14Y/0 I umpire recreational baseball. It's fun, easy, and everyone has a good time. I've never had any problems in the 3 years I've done it until now. Here's a scenario for those of you who know baseball like me. The game is 6 innings, not 9. Their score is 8-6. Visiting team leading. It is the bottom of the 6th. 2 outs and a kid on third. The count is 2-2-2. Kid up to bat bunts it foul. For those of you who don't know, a foul bunt on strike 2 is a strikeout. Me and fielder Mo discuss it, and we call batter out. Immediately M comes onto field and starts screaming, "It's a foul ball. How dare you call him out?" I explained to her that a foul bunt on strike 2 is an out, but she doesn't listen one bit. K comes out of dugout and tells Mom, he made the right call. I was out, shut up K, I'll handle this. Mom, stop. Mom runs to tell head umpire by screaming, "Fire this kid now." Head umps tried to calm M down, but M runs back to me and says, "Good luck buddy," like she thinks I'm in trouble or something. Then without warning she bumps into me and nearly pushes me over. I say, "You're fucking crazy." My parents and I reported her to the owner of the league and are waiting for a response. I'm on mobile, me no have good formatting blah blah blah. Cast Karen, Bob, Eki, employee. This happened about 7 years ago, so at my elementary school 5th and 6th grade have a really big field trip to this place called Bonita Park. It's like this huge cabin in the woods with zip lines, obstacle courses, etc. The field trip cost about $60 and it's from 4:45 am to 6 pm, breakfast and lunch included. So all of 5th grade was pretty hyped up for it, myself included. About a week before it our teachers were telling us our schedule and said the bus departs at 5 am. We can wait up to 5 minutes for you, after that we depart, and no, you cannot drive there yourself if you are late. Also, we have a really good reputation with Bonita Park, so please don't mess this up. The day of the field trip came. Everybody was there except Bob. I was relieved because he's really annoying and uses every opportunity he can to get in argument and play the victim. Also, he played music with a Bluetooth speaker after school. Me and my friends were making jokes about him. Then we got in the bus starts driving, and after around 10 minutes of driving some car starts tailgating us, and guess who it was? Karen and Bob. Me and my friends started laughing about since he still wouldn't be able to go. We stopped at a red light and Karen's car was right next to us. Bob rolled down his window and we opened ours. Me, "Hey, you know you can't go to Bonita Park anymore, right?" Bob, "You don't know what you're talking about, you fucking idiot." My friends, "Bro, we'll fuck you up, quit talking shit." Bob, "I'll just tell the principal." Me, spits and lands on Bob's face, followed by friends doing the same. Karen started cursing us out, but we closed our window and went on with the bus ride. When we got at Bonita Park we were getting out when Karen pulled up and Bob jumped out of the car and charged at me and my friends. He jumped on my and started choking me while hanging from my back. He was only 80 pounds and I was 110. So I just fell back and crushed him. He started screaming, I got up, and he yelled some curse words at me, but before he could get up I punched him square in the face and my friend kicked him in the ribs. The teachers rushed out the bus and broke up the fight. Bob had some bruises and a bloody nose, but was okay for the most part. But Karen was infuriated. She yelled, "How dare you touch my baby," and charged at me. We tried to call for a teacher, but she knocked my air out. My friend tackled her, and she shouted rape. She was obviously lying, and said she would sue us. Our teachers called the cops and Karen was arrested for assaulting a minor and the girls used the footage as evidence. After that we all were sent home, and Bonita Park didn't really like our school anymore. It sucked. Not sure if this belongs here as the father never made an appearance in this particular part of X's life. Also, I was not a part of this story, but it did happen at my high school. Okay, so I lived in a smallish town and there was this one kid a few years younger than me. His dad was a lawyer or the county prosecutor. I can't remember, but the point is whenever he got himself in trouble the police would look the other way because they didn't want to deal with his dad. Well, because of this his antics sort of escalated. When he got in high school he started encouraging his friends to take part in his various misdeeds, which made him the town's local public nuisance. One day after school got out, he and his friends, at his suggestion, started taunting seniors leaving school and throwing pencils and garbage at their cars as they pulled out of the parking lot. Now I wasn't there to see this as I preferred walking to and from school, but a buddy of mine watched it all go down as he was waiting for his GF to get done with some club activities so he could give her a ride home. After about 10 minutes of this the school cop came out and told them to knock it off, to which Ek replied with his usual, "Do you know who my dad is? You can't do shit." I think the local officers had enough of him, so he walked off just out of hearing distance and called it in. 2 squad cars pulled up and arrested Ek's friends but not Ek. From what I heard they weren't charged with anything, but their parents had to pick them up from the police station. After that Ek's friends stopped talking to him. Hell, everyone stopped talking to him. Just because he couldn't get arrested didn't mean people he hung out with enjoyed the same privilege. I was a senior when all this went down, so I graduated at the end of that year and never saw him again, but I heard he stopped being a nuisance to everyone around him now that he had no one to impress. Did you enjoy this video? Leave a like and subscribe to Brody for more.